Talk Radio, St. Louis's #1 sports radio station. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming St. Louis Rams season. The Rams had a promising year in 2014, and they really hope to build off of it this year and hopefully make a run at a wild card appearance and maybe even a playoff berth with a division title. That's a bit high of an expectation considering the division they're in, with the Cardinals and the Seahawks having to play them twice a year, even with the 49ers falling off. But, this team does have the talent and the potential to get to the next level and really get these 7 and 6 win seasons out of the way. Because, Jeff Fisher wasn't brought here to have, 20 wins, 27 losses, and 1 tie. So, I guess you could say that expectations are going to be a lot higher this season, but I wouldn't really expect them to be too high because of, we're pretty much all of these rumors about the Rams going to Los Angeles, and just knowing Stan Kroenke and everything seems to be pointing towards the Rams moving to Los Angeles and becoming the Los Angeles Rams. Now, that's next season, though. We're here to talk about this season. So expectations for this team, they seem to be a lot higher than they have been in recent memory. With new faces on the team like first-round pick Todd Gurley out of Georgia and Nick Fairley coming over to pair up with Aaron Donald like he did with Ndamukong Suh, even though they're kind of two very different players. Breakout stars to be, like Tavon Austin, could have a really nice season in the slot this year. Hopefully he shows his potential that the Rams took him for in the first round. But we didn't really see much from any of those players in the preseason because we didn't really see any of the starters in the preseason, honestly. Jeff Fisher was very lax with his playing time for his starters. He didn't want to have any injuries. I believe he did have 2 touchdown catches to go along with that. He wasn't the only receiver with a solid preseason, though. Camp invitee Derek Rogers, I believe, had 9 catches for 165 yards and a touchdown. Mind you, all those stats pretty much came in that first preseason game against the Raiders, where he suffered an injury that kept him out for the second and third week of the preseason. But he did come back in the last preseason game where he caught a nice catch-and-run touchdown pass on a curl route. Staying on the offense, we go down to the offensive line. Rookie left tackle, Isaiah Battle. Bit of an interesting story. He's an undrafted free agent. He played the most snaps out of all of the offensive linemen on the roster for the preseason. And he didn't give up a single sack, given he did go up against some second-string guys, third-string guys. And, you can't really ask for much more than that for an offensive lineman. Except for being dynamic in the run game, getting pancakes, holding blocks. But yeah, there wasn't really much playmakers on the offense this preseason. We hope that doesn't really have anything to do with just not enough talent, or maybe hopefully it's more so that just the starters didn't play much and it was just the second unit that kind of just didn't pick up the slack. So going to the defense, it was also pretty lackluster. We look at safety Maurice Alexander and inside linebacker Darren Bates. Alexander led the team with 17 tackles, 12 of which were solo, and 4 tackles for loss. Bates had 12 tackles and 8 solo, 1 tackle for loss, and a team-leading 2 interceptions. Bates is a bit of an interesting guy. He's got, I believe he may have played inside linebacker in college, but he's really built like a safety. He's got the speed of a safety, got the cover skills of a strong safety, the tackling skills of a strong safety. All arrows indicate this guy should be playing safety, though. So, we'll see what the Rams do to him. He's a second-year player. He played middle linebacker in his first year, and they didn't really move him anywhere in the offseason, so. Now, like I said earlier, we shouldn't really set expectations too high with this team because we really don't know what we have at quarterback. Whether or not we'll see 2013 Foles or 2014 Foles remains to be seen. But I think personally it's pretty much an easy statement to say that if Foles doesn't excel, neither does the team, because maybe if he plays average and we just Todd Gurley runs for maybe 1,600 yards, which is probably won't happen since he's a rookie and he's coming off an ACL tear, so there's that. So I think everything just on the offense at least falls on Foles' shoulders, because you can't really do much without a decent passing game if you're going to try and be a run-heavy offense, which Jeff Fisher said he plans on being this year. I expect about 9 or 10 wins and hopefully a playoff berth, maybe a wild card, hopefully a wild card berth. But it all depends on the success of Nick Foles, who we traded for Sam Bradford. We gave Sam Bradford away, so we don't have to worry about him tearing his ACL in week three of the season anymore. Also, a bit of a battle going on at kick returner. I only say this because the depth chart was just announced, and Trey Mason is on over Tavon Austin, who didn't really do much in the preseason at kick returner. So they're going to see what they have in Trey Mason. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this preseason segment of 101 ESPN. We'll see you on Sunday for the Rams season opener against the Seahawks. See you there.